Grapple with the Bat YouTube episode 3. Let's rewind a bit and see how we got here. So, let's explain. I'm here in Sydney to compete on Subversion 18, and it's been a long time coming. This has been a hard road to get here. Many super fights throughout the year, a lot of trial and error, and just, the only people who've ever been on this from South Australia before me are Declan Moody, Isaac Michelle, and Lachlan Conway. So I'm trying to hopefully open some doors for everyone. It's currently Thursday. The weigh-ins will be tomorrow on Friday at Academy 411, and then the event will start on Saturday at around 6 p.m. So at this point in time, a lot of the hard work has been done. A lot of work has been done in the Academy and lead up to this. And I know that Pete Gallen, my opponent, is all class, and he's been working hard. He was one half of the match of the night the last time we were here at Subversion. I was doing interviews with him before and after his matches with Josh Schofield. So I'm no stranger to him. He's no stranger to me. We have a lot of respect for each other. But I thought it would be interesting to do a little bit of intention versus outcome here. Before this match, when I'm looking at technique and I'm thinking about how to approach it, I have to understand that Pete is training with guys like Sebastian Attard and Jordan Dickey. Like, there are no stones being left unturned for him. And he knows me. He knows my style. He knows what I'm going to try to achieve. There is a lot of potential for this match to turn into a real war. And I suppose that's what I have to try and avoid, right? So if I'm talking strategy, really, I have to come out, establish my crouch guard, and make really strong initial connections. Like, they have to really be on my terms immediately. And I have to start putting layers of attack together. I have to represent Choi Bar, represent shoulder crunch, represent strong first layers of attack from that style of position. If I'm getting extractions on the far side, if I'm going to reverse De La Riva, I have to be very dialed in as to that cycle of offense, because he can take that away from me very quickly. I watched him pass against Josh Schofield when Josh got a little lax on his top frames. And, that can create a big cycle of energy expenditure that I don't want to get into early in a match. We're about 4 matches off of the main event. So it's going to be later on in the night. I'm going to have to manage my energy intake and do all of that stuff, right? The first thing you do when you touch down, if you're going interstate for a super fight, is you go to the shops. And luckily, Supplement Mart have provided me with all of this lovely, no product placement whatsoever, but this lovely supplements here: Precision Burn, Primabolics, we've got some creatine, we've got some adrenal for sleep, we've got some beta-alanine and some sea salt over there for hydration. So if any of these lovely brands would like to send me a whole bunch of free stuff, please go ahead and do so. But it's all going to play its part. And I know that it's funny sometimes when you look back maybe after events and you're like, man, I had to do this and I did this, I ate this at this time, I ate this at that time, and I fueled at this time. And you're like, did it really make a difference? Did it really help me in my match? But I suppose it can be a mental and physical thing as well. So it's about going through the motions now. Mechanically, I have to make weight and be a professional. So tomorrow I'll go ahead and do what's necessary to do that. I'm not likely going to run into much trouble, but I'm going to have to make sure that that's all done well. So the next time that we'll likely be checking in is maybe when I'm hopping off that scale, starting the refueling and rehydration process. And then I'll be looking towards executing in this match. But hey, intentions versus outcomes. I'm very thankful for all of these opportunities. I'm here in my humble shirt, my Jitsu humble shirt, just like I was last time I was in Sydney. And I want to be thankful for them and all of the people who support me, all of the sponsors, MATLAB, all of those people. I think in these moments when you're just about to walk the walk, you can get very reflective. And there's a lot of people that I should be thanking. Maybe I'll save some for after the event as well.
Judo guys, let us down. They always tell us how tough they are.
So we actually get there at 4, means you get in before the crowd, you can walk backstage, there's dressing rooms, you'll be separated from your opponents, so there'll be dressing room 1, dressing room 2, with warm-up mats in each dressing room. George is also
representing Pacheco Jiu-Jitsu, Pete Gallen. Lovely though. Thank you, Pete. Representing the Mat Lab Grappling Academy, Nick Hughes. Facing off, boys. Both looking forwards. Shake hands, boys. Thank you.
classic Peter Gallen.
Here's the deal. When you're old, stuff happens. So I currently have my trusty ice pack with me. So basically, I wasn't going to say anything beforehand, but I suppose I can say it now. I have somehow strained my hip because I'm old and I'm trying to do super fights as a grappler. And it's been pretty painful to the point where I couldn't really put much weight on it. I was testing out single butterfly half guard before with Jackie, and I definitely can do it. I just can't do rubber guard. So a massive part of my attacking arsenal is going to be void in this match. If you're still doing rubber guard in 2025, you're a true warrior. You're a true OG. But no, in all seriousness, this kind of thing happens, and you just have to go with it. I don't think anyone is going into super fights absolutely 100%. Sometimes things like this happen where you just push a little bit too much at the wrong time. For me, my hip is locked up, it's super painful, so on and so forth. But I remember seeing reports that Joseph Chen's hip was completely smashed before the last CJI. Hearing on podcasts that Nicky Rod, the guy who actually won it for their team, had a staph infection so bad in his leg that he landed in Las Vegas and had to go immediately to the hospital. You hear stories like that, you understand that people go through things, they make sacrifices, and they face hardship. And I've always said that your challenges are your gifts, because they are the things that when you overcome them, you're going to grow. And regardless of the outcome of this, it's not going to be dependent on my hip being sore or any type of injury that I had beforehand, any type of illness that I had beforehand. It's never ever determined by that. It's just a reality of the game. And as I said, I don't think there's anybody on the card who isn't coming into it with something going on. It's just that this one was very untimely. I was doing my best whilst we're at the weigh-ins to not walk with a limp and put on a brave face, but definitely a little bit of pain going on. I'll keep icing it, take some Voltaren, we'll get on with the show. But weigh-ins went really well. I weighed in much under than what I thought I was going to. I ended up being like 86 point something. I think it was 86.9 for an 88 kilo match. But again, this is just the functional side of things, the mechanical side of things. You go through it step by step by step, stage by stage by stage. You hit all of those marks, and the next stage of things is fueling, hydration, and execution within the match. So the next time you see us, guys, we're going to be walking through the doors at the Sydney Roundhouse Arena, and it's going to be an epic night of matches on Subversion. Absolutely can't wait.
So we're just on our way to the venue. How are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel ready to go. Absolutely no problems. Very refueled, rehydrated, and yeah, just looking forward to executing.
Do you want to tell everyone how much you weighed before you got into the taxi?
It was a 93.
93 from an 86 kilo crazy. But so we went for a walk today. Just got the legs moving, the blood pumping.
Yeah, you can't stay stationary all day if you're doing something like this. I believe they told us to get there at 4. It's now about 6:30, and we're just on the way there because the main card was scheduled to start at about 9 o'clock on the schedule. So if we'd have got there at 4, we would have been there for a solid 5 hours before even starting the main card. So you got to time it very well. My apologies to all the promoters out there. That's just the reality of being on a show like that. But yeah, very excited. And I think in these moments, generally you can get a little bit of anxiety if you fixate on the event itself or fixate on the scope or magnitude of the event. I'm very, very focused on the actual technical objectives of this match. That's what sort of just keeps replaying in my head. The way I'm going to start, the grips I want to take, the power of the initiation, that's pretty much it.
How do you see it going? How are you finishing it?
Decision, hard fought decision.
Inside a heel hook.
Outside.
Inside.
We'll see. How's it going? They're letting you in yet?
Oh, they already let me in. I'm just going to go grab my coach. Good luck, guys.
Thanks, man. You too.
Excited?
Yeah, very excited.
Let's go.
Hey there, are you fighting? Yes. Yep, just
Bags up here for me, please.
Yes.
Je sais. This is good for you, Nick. This is where you want to be.
yeah, you're right.
first competitor. Representing the Bat Grappling Academy is Nick Batman!
Woo! Let's go, Nick!
And he will be facing a competitor from Pearce Jiu-Jitsu. It is Gallen!
This is good for you, Nick. Entry, entry. Capture. Lock it in, lock it in. If we can't get this, Nick, we're going to transfer to one leg. Keep it. Let's be patient here, Nick. Let's be patient. Keep going.
Slow and steady, free the knee line, please. Slow and steady. Smart. Smart.
Keep the lock. Nick, it may not be there.
Hey, slowly through the knee line. Hey, can you threaten the toe hold together? Hey, is that foot? Can you threaten the toe? And then through the knee.
Yes, Nick! Yes! Yes, Nick! Yes! Yes! Woo! Yes, Nick! That was slick. Oh, and they had to break it. Oh, that was amazing.
And your winner, coming the way of Inside Hill Hook, is Nick Batman.
Oops, sorry. Alright, we got the winner here. How are you feeling?
I am shocked at how that went. No, it was this. I knew, and I've said it before. I knew that if I let Pete make it a war, it'd be a war that he could win. So I needed to make this about precision. Had to be focus. Had to be purpose. You know, the only South Australian black belts to ever have competed on Subversion before me, Declan, Isaac, Lachlan. Like it did dawn on me a little bit during warm up and things like that. I was experiencing pain. I was experiencing doubt, but it's focus and purpose and clarity, and then also community. It's about our people. So I knew that there was a lot of people supporting me, so I wanted to do everyone proud. And in terms of the match, technically, I went to my crouch stance. I was seeing and surveying, and I was making feints and reads, and he rushed forward. He came at me. I was able to enter into Kanibasami saddle double trouble immediately and threaded the cloverleaf. He was fresh and strong, and he's got strong legs, so he was able to hamstring curl for a while, but eventually I was able to straighten both the primary and secondary leg, and I heard a few pops on the cloverleaf itself, but I needed to initiate a transition where he felt like he could extract so that he could make the choice to pull his secondary leg away, and then I could invert on the inside heel, and that's what happened. I think it lasted about a minute in total, and it was really about execution. And the people that I have to thank is everyone at the Mat Lab, my beautiful wife Jackie, my family, my mother and my father, all of those people who were watching on the stream. It was an incredible experience, and one that I won't forget anytime soon. But look, we've still got some more stuff to do. I want to be back on the mats on Monday. We've still got a technical theme to complete. We've still got grading to go through, and there's going to be some very special things coming on that day for our community as well.
So what was the finish?
Inside heel hook, and I will say this. You may remember on the ride over here, I was saying outside heel hook, Jackie was saying inside. She was correct. I got the inside heel hook finish on this one. Last time it was outside heel in less than 30. This time was inside heel in about a minute 10.
I visualized it. I knew he was getting it. I knew.
This was Jackie's win more so than mine. I'll see you at the grading. So, in case you didn't know, I'll just pop you over. You can pop over on this. Tobi has been up and down the East Coast, terrorizing everyone. And he walks into every single place with a camera
and an objective that I've set out for him to do, and they get very upset when he achieves those objectives. Tobi is someone that both personally and professionally I've looked up to for a very long time, and that's extremely good. But also technically as well has made some incredible progress. So I'll give you a little bit of background on Tobi. Tobi was the first member of the MATLAB Grappling Academy, and his professional and personal life and his growing new family led him to moving away to Queensland, and at that time he was accelerating in his jiu-jitsu massively. Okay. Since going to Queensland, he's jumped on the online program. I get hours of footage from Tobi every single week, and we correspond non-stop about his jiu-jitsu and his technique. So regardless of where he is in Queensland, he was loyal to us at MATLAB, and we kept working together. And not only was he loyal to us and valued our coaching process and valued our interactions, he started to make targeted improvements over time that were very, very evident on the mats. Non-stop improvements. And I'm talking from your bottom game, where you're starting to understand your structure of your single butterfly half and your shin shield, making extractions, going to outside ashi, understanding your leg lock game, and replicating that on every single person that you can. But also understanding your pre-existing games, your third layer on your Kasoto hook game, your ability to use sumigaeshi and shoulder crunches to sweep efficiently, understanding the interplay of when to do what on what style of opponent. With your top game and your standing game, you've improved massively just in your base structure and understanding of how one thing links into another for you as an individual as well as overall. And the biggest progress I've seen you make is in your passing game. Whereas before it was based a lot on speed and strength and also deficiencies that you could identify in your opponents, now it's based on dilemma. Okay? It's based on understanding efficiency in movement. Certain things that really unlocked other doors for you is using your flanking and leg drags to incorporate your inside can. But also if you touch down on a knee ride, now we're going into forklift, replicating mount systems, replicating back systems with a very, very high percentage of finish rate and a very, very high percentage of control rate. The other thing that is very apparent to me is your power of analysis. You helped corner me at Who's Next Grapple, and the ability to work with me backstage, analyze the strengths and weaknesses of my opponent, bring myself into a flow state where I was now ready to go out and perform, speaks to your ability to gather the big picture, but also zero in to what's necessary in competitive times. And you've done that off of your own back. I can see you in the future being someone who is a real leader within this industry off of your power of analysis alone. And then you couple that with your innate ability to translate concepts to other people and to bring people up into a level that surpasses what they were before. You're going to be a fantastic coach or competitor, whatever you choose to do. So from being the first member of the MATLAB Grappling Academy, you're also going to be the very first black belt that I'm but it should also really mean something for the coach to give it to the student and to have the honor to be the one to present this to you is not lost on me. What I've been able to achieve personally, professionally within this sport, just as a human being in general, you are the type of person that should be wearing those belts. And that's why congratulations. It's time. Speech.
Give him the.
I'm not normally a very emotional person. That's not really my vibe. for all of you that are doing this sport, this is bloody hard stuff. Like, it's hard stuff in a variety of different ways. Physically, the least of which, emotionally, I think more than anything else. And I have a lot of experience with my work. I'm very fortunate to travel a lot, so I've trained all over the world, and genuinely with like some of the best people on the planet. And having moved away, I grew up in Adelaide, lived here for 31 years, and I can say I don't miss a fucking thing. I don't miss a fucking thing about not living here, other than friends. But the thing that I genuinely miss more than anything else is actually this place, and specifically Nick and Jackie. I can't emphasize enough, and this might not make sense to all of you now at the point that you're at in your training, but you are just insanely lucky to have someone like Nick and also Jackie, with the technical detail that they have, the passion and commitment that they have to the sport. I can't emphasize enough, like, most coaches are just not any good. Like, they really aren't any good. And so after having traveled the world and now living in the state, there's it's not even a consideration in my mind to come back here whenever I can to train and spend time with all of you and support you in your competition journey where I can, even if that means leaving family holidays and driving 2.5 hours down the coast. Well worth it though, I might add. But for all of you earlier in your journey, like, it's just a time and reps game. Put in the reps and you'll eventually get where you want to go. The skill on the mat's not actually the most important thing. It's the person that you become, on the journey. And thank you all for being here, and thank you Nick and Jackie for supporting me in my journey. Appreciate it.
Well done.